Recently, I've seen a lot of crazy twists in combat sports, like this slap fighting or dumping somebody in a tire or even doing MMA inside of a bus. But the craziest things I've done so far are just parkour MMA, medieval grappling, and sumo. So it's time to up the craziness and try out an even more ridiculous sport, car jitsu.
Time ready?
So I can find out if this is a gimmick or if it's potentially actually useful, either as a self-defense tool or maybe even a legitimate sport.
We're here with Josh Beam, the purple belt.
I'm Jason Bourne. And luckily, there's an organization called Battle Grappling putting on a car jiu-jitsu show up in Washington, Bellingham to be exact. It's headed by Hunter, who's gonna be reffing the show in this cop uniform.
Excuse me. Can I ask you what you're doing here?
And Laura, who's taking the reins behind the scenes today and commentating. Guys, go subscribe to their YouTube channel to watch the full matches. I was surprised there were a whole bunch of people on the card, including a 5 versus 5 quintet taking place inside the car.
Holy shit.
And then of course there were my opponents. With an S. I'll be facing 2 guys versus 1 of me. They're on a tag team, I'm solo. That's because apparently since I'm a purple belt, I might be able to beat them since they're white belts. But the thing is, they're both much bigger than me, and we're gonna be grappling inside of a vehicle, which I've never done before. So we'll see if I'll actually be able to use the car to my advantage, or if it's just gonna f me up. We'll get to the exact rules of this match in a bit, but first, in order to have any shot at this, I had to do a little bit of strategizing back in my hometown of San Jose with my training partner, Matt.
I have no idea what to do. Yeah, so we would start with the seatbelt. I don't know the rules, actually. So what I think I need to immediately cover his seatbelt. So say go. Go. And then I need to like get on top ASAP.
I got inspiration for the seatbelt strategy actually by watching some car jitsu matches.
Hands down, Hajime!
And we're off. And Mark, look at this, already a tap out. Wow!
So you want to unbuckle yourself as soon as possible. That's kind of obvious, but also you don't want your opponent to unbuckle themselves, right?
That's the inventor of this viral car jitsu, by the way. A Russian black belt with a PhD in mathematics. So his brainchild was basically like a real-life Jason Bourne experiment that went viral over the past couple years. Good job, Vic.
Do you think like learning to grapple in a car is actually useful for self-defense?
Well, otherwise I wouldn't make it.
But I would prefer to believe that it was actually just a way to see how this Deadpool versus Wolverine scene would play out in real life. But obviously this car jiu-jitsu stuff isn't just a total free-for-all. There are actually some rules. There are ways to score points, but
The main idea is to submit, to get the submission from other person. So either choke them, perform some sort of extension of the limb, so you force them to tap.
my rules were gonna be slightly different than the classic car jitsu rules though.
You guys, who wants to go first?
Basically, my opponents could tag each other in whenever they wanted and as often as they wanted.
When we tag, I'll yell freeze, right? Third party gets in, second party gets out, and then we unfreeze and go.
Okay. If at any point my opponent is able to reach out this back window and tag his teammate who has to stay in this corner, that teammate can then come in. So that meant I would need to pull off a really quick submission to win before they were able to tag in their partner. But actually, just one submission wouldn't be enough. For me to win, I actually had to submit both of them. If I submitted one of them or none of them, or I got submitted myself, then I lose. So this was pretty stacked against me, but maybe my purple belt would actually help me.
This is a really strange set of rules about this tagging thing. It gives them a lot of advantage, so probably that would be hard.
And that's why I'm here in my forward focus, panicking and sweaty, trying to drill car jiu-jitsu moves with Matt for the first time ever, and the only time ever, before heading up to Washington to try to Jason Bourne my way into a win against these 2 giant white belts.
Dang, dude, my heart's pumping. I'm like thinking about actually doing this. I'm so claustrophobic right now. And I don't want to be like here with like a 185-pound dude on top of me. I'm gonna like suffocate. Yeah, this is really getting my claustrophobia.
Just make out with him.
Yeah, it's not against the rules. I don't know the rules.
Unfortunately, Battle Grappling confirmed there is no kissing allowed. When we got to the venue before the matches started, both me and the team of white belts had a chance to strategize. Their names are Josh, by the way. Yes, another Josh, and Zane. This whole thing is so ridiculous.
I'm gonna be like trying to cover your seatbelt as I'm trying to get up.
That's your plan, yeah.
The main thing is I'm gonna try to stay up high so that I don't get on my back or my butt.
I had no idea they knew the exact strategy that I was going for.
A lot of people, like, they come here and they just instantly try to cover and like not let the other person, and then they just try to go on top.
Yeah.
And because of their prediction, they were already formulating a complete counterattack to my strategy.
If we can make it so that there's more space for us to work, that would probably be better. Yeah, just literally unbuckle and lean back.
Weirdly, their whole plan was to stay on their backs.
Both of us are big enough and strong enough. There's not really enough room in here for him to break like out of guard.
And then just attack submissions and kind of exhaust
exactly.
them. Engage as much as we can, and then if we get a little tired even, just take it.
Yeah.
While they nailed down the final bits of their strategy, I was trying to figure out how I was going to end the match.
And the last thing, in order to submit, I'm gonna try to either use the seatbelt to choke them. If I can just wrap it around the back of the head and then pass it off to the other hand. Right? Yeah. I'm realizing I need to grab the seatbelt all the way at the top to get enough slack. Yeah, there's barely enough slack right here. Yeah. And I have to like keep pulling it this way and then be able to pass it. Might be difficult.
The other option I saw was to try a choke from the back seat.
But yeah, if I can hop back here, if you're still in the front, if I can just...
No.
Or I'm gonna try to wrist lock. And my secret weapon, if all else fails, is gonna be my ankle lock.
But unbeknownst to me, they were savvier than I predicted.
I don't know about you, but I don't want to get into any leg entanglements.
Not at all. I did my research. I know he's good at straight ankle.
He is.
That's his thing, dude.
But I really wondered if their strategy was gonna play out as they planned. So with just a short amount of time before the event was set to kick off, I got familiarized with the vehicle. This was a fine Toyota Prius, with everything that's dangerous, hopefully, either completely removed or disconnected, like the windows and the airbags, and hopefully all the electricity. Just kidding, they did a great job. The car was cleaned up beautifully. But of course the seatbelts were still completely usable because you can use those to choke each other. And some of the basic functions like the seats being able to go up and down still worked, which could potentially turn out to be useful. Foreshadowing. But there was still some movable parts in the car, like the center console, which I was a little bit worried about. But I could potentially use it as a barricade between the seats. But as I continued to get more familiar with this fine Toyota Prius, time was up and it was time to start the event. There would be one match ahead of me and then it would be time for me to go.
Let's go ahead and get started with our first match. We have our first two competitors to the car. Crowd, are you ready? Yeah! All right.
Oh, I love
And we are off. Ooh, they're coming out hard here.
I know, they're hot.
So both seatbelts off immediately. It's front headlock here.
Yeah. Looks like they're trying to head to the back, maybe. Ooh, looking for Keely tail.
This is crazy. He's reaching across to try to get his chair down. He's back a little bit here.
I watched on nervously as they made their way to the back seat.
He's kicking it back.
He's thinking
I wonder
about-
if it's worth it.
But Jake ended up on his back, exactly the position I did not want to find myself in. But then something happened that I didn't even know was possible in this position.
If there's capacitors on the brake check to pull the...
Hold on, it looks like Jake turned it around.
Ooh, Jake's top now.
This made me feel like there was still a chance for me even if I did end up in a bad position against the two bigger white belts. Because what happened next was even crazier.
Remember, the car's a fulcrum.
The car is a fulcrum.
Remember the car's a fulcrum.
Ooh.
Oh, interesting. Oh,
Tap,
wow.
tap, tap. Wow. With not a lot of time to go.
Very interesting submission.
Wow.
And with that, it was time to find out if I stood any chance at beating Josh and Zane. One purple belt against two bigger white belts in a car. Just a reminder, make sure to go subscribe to the Battle Grappling YouTube channel. That way you can rewatch every single match in the stream with commentary included. Also, Battle Grappling does regular jiu-jitsu shows too, so if you want to attend or sign up, check out the details in the pinned comment or the description below.
You selected heads. It's always heads.
Except last time.
Heads. You have elected driver's seats.
After winning the coin toss, I chose the driver's seat since the steering wheel might block them from being able to come over to my side since they were pretty tall. Before we get into my match, I wanted to get a prediction from you. I'm curious if you think I would have a chance in this match against those two guys.
Well, I think that's the beauty of jiu-jitsu. You always have a chance. This is a really strange set of rules about this tagging thing. I don't know. Let's see.
The number one is to avoid the seatbelt choke, and then don't give up your feet for a straight ankle lock.
Yeah.
And obviously, I mean, he's gonna be like super dangerous to go against no matter what.
Time ready? Yes, on that. Time ready?
Beep, beep, we're off.
Yep.
So his belt is out immediately. He's...
Oh, wow.
Oh,
using
wow.
the seat immediately. Not bad for a guy who didn't practice in a car.
Yeah.
You did a good game with this unbuckling game. Yeah. I invented that trick actually. When you block using your right hand, your closed hand, you block the seat belt and you unbuckle yourself with the other one.
So he immediately just like dumped the seat back.
Well, because he gave himself more space to play defense. Otherwise, staying in this corner formed by the seat, that's just devastating. Because if not that, you would be just sitting on top of him and choking him with the seatbelt.
Yeah.
So this is it. There's 2 white belts versus a purple belt.
Here we go.
So his teammate, you can see, is in the left right here. And remember, they can like tag in anytime, so.
I can say what I would do. You could put your left shin on his stomach to separate his legs from his arms. What you're doing well by putting your back against the roof, you keep yourself absolutely safe. Like there's nothing they can do inside of the vehicle when you're in this position.
He's keeping the pressure on.
He is. He's really not letting the other Josh have any space.
And I'm starting to look at his arm there. Yeah, I'm starting to look for like some arm attacks, like a wrist lock, but he freezes.
So he tags out.
So Josh has to stay there.
And Zane comes in the front.
Yep.
Okay. So so we're gonna rebelt. So he's gonna go child seat in the back.
Yep, but you know what? I would have to say that this is pretty dangerous for Zane
Yeah,
right
this is
here.
a tough disadvantage.
Josh looks very excited right now.
Yeah, he's got a look. Oh, he's straight in on it.
Yeah, he was thinking about it, you know.
Okay.
That's his advantage, is that he's in the back.
So Zane couldn't get his belt off. So he was so fast. He's coming back head to head here.
I don't even know what to do here. There's so much going on. This is very exciting.
And like during this, I'm starting to get tired because these guys are like pretty strong compared to me, I feel like.
Well, it's because you didn't use your legs enough. You see, you're going like arms against arms.
Right.
That back angle looks pretty good.
They can tap as much as they want, but
Out the front.
Thinking about it. He's trying to get the neck.
You gotta protect your neck.
Here, I start to get scared. He's actually gonna finish a choke. And I realize too, because I start trying to like escape, and then I realize there's a roof.
If I was Josh right now, I'd be trying to get that seat back.
Yeah.
I'm able to fight his hands a little bit, and I'm just thinking to like lower the seat so I can get to the back.
That's not a position you want to be in.
Exactly. Oh, nicely got the seat back.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. Game changer. Josh is doing so good about using the whole car. You know, the car is a great equalizer of belts.
I think the upper belts are kind of at a disadvantage because they know so much jiu-jitsu, but none of that works in a car.
Oh, he just tagged out right there. Yeah. Like as soon as I got like a good position on the first guy, he tagged out. As soon as I had an advantage right here, he tagged out.
We go straight. To hold it on. That's a good idea.
Yep.
Oh.
Oh, he's going right for the neck.
It's on the chin.
Seatbelt's still in. Oh, it's off though.
Nice.
Guys, we were getting really excited watching this as well. I think they broke the car, guys.
So I lifted up the center console and it just broke off. And now there's like two metal things from the console hinge like sticking out. What do you guys normally do to your cars beforehand? Do you like tape everything or what?
But normally, most of the vehicles, they don't need much of the adjustments.
Mm-hmm.
For the obvious reasons, they're supposed to be safe in case of the crash. So.
Oh, just the center console. Okay, so we're gonna return to the car to the state that it was in. All right, we're getting after it again.
And we're back at it now that we fixed the car.
I think I'm just hunting for seatbelts at this point. But I make a mistake here and get to my back. And that's, I think, my first mistake is now I feel like I'm surrounded in the corner by four sides. I can't go anywhere. And there's like a bigger guy on top of me. Is this a common issue?
Yeah, I had a panic attack a couple times in this position.
Did you?
I realized I will never go in this corner again.
Oh, Josh is thinking using the car a little bit.
Ooh, side of the car, the weather stripping. Because it's spongy, so if you get them pressed up against that.
We already saw Kimura out the window.
Kimura out the window.
So I start to like randomly grab seatbelts and I start kicking him. And just like I'm grabbing the seatbelts just to mess with him. Like I can't really do anything with them, but like I'm trying to make him think that I'm gonna get him.
I love this inside car view. We're getting a lot of good perspective here of what's happening.
Come on, baby.
Oh, gives up the back a bit to go for the ankle lock here.
I mean, actually, I'm really savvy with toe holds. I've been playing with it kind of since I heard about this because toe holds are something that I feel like I can isolate pretty well in a car.
Why is it risky for him to dive on the toe hold like that?
Well, because if you push him forward, his head will be underneath the steering wheel.
He's also giving his leg up.
Yeah. So.
Oh, he just tapped with his foot.
As I'm attacking his foot, watch his right foot. He like reaches it out the window and tags his partner.
Okay.
He tagged his teammate with his foot.
This is the weirdest one of the rules, so we're going to take it as we go here.
At this point, I'm completely worn out and just trying to hold him in his seat so I can look for some kind of last-ditch submission. But he's able to break my grip as my hand gets more and more worn out trying to hold the seatbelt. And next thing you know, I'm once again pinned in the corner of the vehicle, just like Jake was. So I couldn't help but wonder, could I pull off a slick escape like Jake had and end up on top and maybe even get a submission? But I felt my strength slipping away due to this huge size difference in the 10-minute match, and before I knew it, time was up.
Time!
You win. You got Hunter. Oh, man.
That was bananas.
That was bananas. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that.
How did I do, and how did it go versus what you might have expected?
Well, you did well. You didn't want to commit yourself too much. So I think that was, you missed several opportunities to really submit them there. You put yourself in the ground of this equal fight on the hands, right? This wrestling, and you're smaller than these other guys. I would really use this neon belly thing, slide it in there, and just keep them tight. Stop them from even getting up from their seat. Just submit them right there on the spot. Right. So I think if you go again, you'll do better.
As either of our white belts tap today, they win.
Would you do this again?
Oh, absolutely. Now that I've experienced it, I think there's a lot of things I could have done differently. I accidentally broke the car. I'm really sorry about that.
No, it's okay. It's a junker.
After my match, they continued on with several others, including the Quintet, which you can watch in full if you head over and subscribe on the Battle Grappling YouTube channel. Before we end, Laura and Hunter wanted to know from Vic, what's he got planned next?
I would actually organize something different, and I had some ideas. Probably need to find the time and friends to do it. And I don't want to take full credit for this, but things like card jitsu and other things, they actually made people think if we can do something ridiculous or maybe practical, something else. And I don't know where you could possibly need to put other guy inside of the gigantic tire. Can't think of any practical application right away. But why not, you know? And I hope that other people will continue to make up those things. And it's okay to be a little foolish and probably make something stupid. Okay, you try a couple times, then you just move on. But some of them might appear to be very interesting, so who knows?
Real quick before you leave, for any of you who are here to actually learn jiu-jitsu, I made a video with my 3 favorite games we play in order to get better at takedowns. Use the link below to sign up for my email list if you want to get the 3 takedown games. If you sign up to the email list, I'll also be sending you more tips and ecological approach games. Thanks for watching. That's my girlfriend in the back watching me get smoked.